Hey, magic makers. Let's get Dr. Willow on here. Invite. Hello. Hi, welcome. Hi. How sweet. Hi. We've got
Hi.
sweet sisters on here. Hi. And here's
Hi, everyone.
Willow. Hi, love. How are you?
Doing well. Yeah, having a good morning. It's so pretty here in Santa Cruz, running on the beach with the whales and my puppy. And I know you're in California too right now.
I'm in California and it is foggy, 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 cold, 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 nonstop. And it's been a little intense in all the fog, but super blessed to the ocean's right there and I miss the
Yeah.
water. So yeah, all the things. So welcome everybody. Thanks for checking in. Happy to have you here. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Devra. Hello, hello. Let's dive in, Dr. Wills. Dr. Wills. They
You
don't know
can
I
call
call
me
you Wills.
Dr. Mills.
Hey, Wills, my sister, my Willow sister. Um, yeah, I was just feeling in today, just about like clear communication. I've had some really interesting communications. I don't want to say snafus. I'm going to call them learning opportunities that have come up in the last several days because I consider all of this to be an opportunity for our growth, right?
Absolutely.
But my reflection, and I'm just going to dump this, and then I love your perspective too, is that like I am so in the practice of learning how to embody my feminine at this point because I have had my masculine running the show for a lot, like my entire life. And so part of this embodiment, as we've spoken to and is coming through in my own teachings, is really like, how do we shift gears into this and what's required in order to really relax as the feminine to feel as if we're being held and supported within our own experience and by the masculine. And this morning I was like, my masculine and my feminine are dating inside, and it's like not always going real well. They're having to like really sort the shit out, like who's in charge, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna go with the flow, and I'm gonna explore, and then something comes up, and all of a sudden my masculine's like, I'm taking over, like we got this, we need no one and nothing, and it's fucking arduous. So anyway, clear communication, dating yourself to find the perspectives. Take it away, sister.
Oh my
What's
God.
that trigger for
Well,
you?
first of all, thanks for your vulnerability and sharing, because I think that's the name of the game, right? And that's
Yeah.
really the name of the union, is that vulnerability
Yeah.
piece. And it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And vulnerable translate as woundable. So there's a potential to get hurt in that. And so as you are dating within masculine and feminine and
Right.
finding the union, finding the balance of these two seemingly poles, but actually don't exist without each other, so are one and the same. You're having to navigate this old paradigm, this old way. I mean, you ain't the only one who's been living in the masculine,
Oh,
sister.
no.
You know,
That's
right?
why we're bringing it to the table
Yeah,
because the
exactly.
we is definitely in the me, is it not?
Exactly. I mean, we've been brought up by patriarchy and masculine way. Go out and get, achieve. What did you get done today? What have you accomplished? That's valued. And what hasn't been valued is the feminine approach, which is surrender, receive, allow, let go. And I'm so glad that you're bringing this to the table, because my personal journey with it right now is very, very, very subtle. It's like almost microscopic, but I'm so with it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
really dialing in this underlying current of tension that I hold in my body. Anyone who knows Willow would never call her a tense person.
Right.
But there's
But the
this,
hum of tension that
yeah,
sits
there's
beneath the
this
surface, I think it's beautiful to
small,
bring it to the table.
exactly, the
Mm-hmm.
small underlying tension that can be brought to consciousness, can be brought to attention, and can really start to drop into a more open, receptive place of trust, right? Because what we want to trust is that we're going to get what we want. It's going to go our way, and we're going to get the communication we want from our partners, and they're going to do the things that we want them to do. And that's what we want to trust. But there's no,
And from humanity, you know, it's not all
yeah,
just partnership
right.
either. It's like all of our relationships. Like, how are we relating this ship we're driving home?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so it really, that's not where the deep, real trust needs to be harnessed and cultivated. It needs to be harnessed and cultivated with the isness, right? Like, I'm
Right.
going to trust that like you said, first thing, you were like, it's an opportunity to learn. Instead of calling it a kerfuffle or a snafu, let's call it an opportunity to learn, to grow, to evolve inside of ourselves and see what's possible. So I think curiosity is another place where that union can really come together, feminine and masculine. Let me see what's possible here when I surrender. Let me see what's possible here when I really allow, when I really just let myself be held by the masculine, by a partner, or held by my business partner, or held by Lisa McCardle, or, you know, held by whomever you are either hiring to help you or have spiritually hired to help you or energetically hired to help you.
Engaged with.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And
yeah,
yeah, there's a piece that came up just now that I want to speak to before I lose it. And it was about the tension in intention.
right.
Right? And so the image was like we set these intentions and then we attach to them. And my experience has been in just a few things have come up where I haven't communicated as clearly as I needed to, either out of being busy, being unconscious, or fear, actually,
Mm-hmm.
of really communicating the depths of what I wanted, needed, and expected, and those expectations. So the tension in the intention, I want to bring point to.
Yeah.
And then I almost see it like, you know, we walk this tightrope kind of, right? When we're really walking towards our goals or our intentions. And, you know, if you watch a tightrope roper, when they're really in their mastery, they just float right across it like it is nothing. But when they're unsure, you know, there's the wobble and they hold the big sticks to like reacclimate. So it's like there's something about this tension and intention that's part of our mastery. I just wanted to bring that through.
Yeah, you know, I love that you're using that word because we say that a lot before ceremony, rituals, spiritual practices. Like, what's your intention? What's your intention for this retreat? What's your intention for this weekend? You know, what is your intention? To be in
Right.
tension. And there's a couple ways of looking
Right.
at it, right? Like, are you in tension to the point of like, I'm attached to this, like you just said, or is it like,
Yeah.
oh, there's a healthy tension here, like there's a healthy polar experience here. Polarity is actually, there's so much healing in that, and we need that in order to find balance. Like, I don't know where the middle point is if I don't know where this end point is. And when we're talking sacred sexuality and practices like that, you're expanding, right? You're expanding those points. They're getting bigger and wider. So your midpoint is always shifting. You know, and as a yoga teacher for many years, I would always, we'd get into tree pose. I'd say, okay, now notice that balance is not something that you ever really attain. You just teeter around the edge of it. Occasionally you catch a perfect glimpse of it, only to be lost. You know, so we're constantly, I think that's one of the big things about this union within of the feminine and masculine inside of yourself, which does magnetize somebody in the outer realm who has that same frequency of union, is knowing where that balance point is, like knowing how to shift with it as
And
things
know it changes all the time,
all the time.
right?
Yeah.
The point of the 0 point, the point of balance is fluid all the time.
Exactly.
We have to be so adaptable. That was kind of the message this morning when my feminine was like, I need to be like, and the masculine was like, oh, I got this. I don't need anybody. It was like this full on, like, talking about contrast in my own body. And I was like, okay, masculine, how about you just sit down for a minute? Because my feminine needs to feel disappointment and she needs to feel a little bit of, yeah, just like feeling a little alone. And I had an expectation of a journey that I was taking that shifted and now I'm doing it alone, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, okay. It's okay. So that pivot point and that balance is so light on the feet
Mm-hmm.
that we can just reacclimate. And I also want to bring in this piece that when we aren't attached and when we're light on our feet, that's when sovereignty prevails, right? That's when spirit can come in. There might be an option in what's coming up for me that I haven't yet
Right.
seen. That spirit's like, there's such a bigger opportunity for you to be cared for and to have an experience that is in alignment with who you're becoming that you haven't seen yet. So if you're willing to surrender and and not just charge forth with like, I got this, my masculine self. I don't need anybody. I got everything. I can do it because that's my programming over my entire life. I'm not willing to do that anymore. So to sit in the pause of the tension and relax and surrender into it feels like the opportunity. And then we await the divinity that is for us that gets delivered through that space of the pause as we're wobbling on the tension line.
You got it.
Yeah, we
That's
got
it.
that. We're
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And there's so many practices that really support being able to do that. Um, Qigong, yoga, meditation, walking meditation, any kind of mindfulness practice is going to give you a greater capacity to be with things as they shift, because we live in a changing realm, right? And things are going to change.
Right, especially right now.
Yeah. And we think that we are who we are within the changing realm. But if we can zoom out, if we can draw back our consciousness and kind of get the bird's eye view and just witness that, oh, there's that shape and that person and that identity and that thing that I think I am moving through this experience or story. And then even further back, we zoom into that pure consciousness of just, oh, is non-duality, like it's not good.
Well, it
It's
brings in the teaching, brings in the alchemy, that is the Isis. It is as it is, brings in that alchemy of being able to pivot on the line and alchemize any experience as rapidly as possible to create the great allowance of what is destined and meant to be.
exactly.
Yeah, it is as it is.
Yeah.
Okay, darling. What you got? What are you serving? What delicious dishes are you serving up this day?
Well, let's see. I am launching my membership program this week. So for
Yeah.
anyone who wants to join me for the Erotic Empowerment Circle, you're going to learn all kinds of tips and tools about how to bring your sexual sovereignty to the forefront of your life and really walk through the world as the queen that you are. It's for women only. And I have a little freebie in my link tree at the top of my Instagram account, Dr. Willow Brown, and that is a free qigong for spring, which we are still in the springtime. So it's a really good time to start moving energy through your body. If you are feeling stuck or things aren't aligning or emotions are overtaking, qigong has been a lifesaver for me for years.
Yum. And my freebie gift today is I do have a meditation in my linked tree as well. But beyond that, I'm doing a virtual book signing on Thursday night through an organization I'm part of called Soul Search. And as part of the book signing, I'm also going to do some like live mini readings, activations for the people who are present. So I'm really excited to do some live sharing. That's tomorrow night, Thursday, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Pacific time, and I'll put the link in my link tree as well.
2 nights from now. Today's Tuesday.
2 days from today, yes. Today's Tuesday and Thursday. So, yeah. All right. Well, this is fun. Willow and I, Dr. Willow Brown, and I meet here every Tuesday at 10:30 to share about whatever is top of heart. And if anything is inspiring you, feel free to DM us and we'll speak to what it is that you want to hear.
Much love.
Love to light. Ciao, ciao for now.